If a team gets a toss-up question correct, then they get a bonus, and bonus are just straight out answers.
You want me to like hold this logo in front of the camera?
Email
Okay, I'm going to ask everybody to quiet down, please, and welcome you to, I think this is our first student versus teacher quiz bowl in my memory here, so that might be forever. And I'm going to ask audience, would you please be a courteous audience and be quiet while the competition's going. I don't have a microphone, and I'll try to be, loud enough for you guys to hear me all the way at the back, but it's much easier if you're quiet for this. Please do not give away answers. If you would like to applaud after correct questions, I'm going to ask, keep that to a quick applause. But we are going to get started. The format for this, whoops, I'm sorry. The format for this is a 20-question competition with a possibility of a bonus question after each of those toss-ups if a team gets a toss-up correct. So either team can answer a toss-up. If your answer begins or if you buzz in before I finish the question, I stop the question, and then if a team gets an answer wrong, the question can be continued for the other team. So timing for each toss-up is 15 seconds. For bonus questions, it's 5 seconds. Okay. Are we ready, teams?
Yep.
Can I ask, please, that you each choose a captain who will be responsible for giving answers for your bonus questions if you get a bonus?
I vote shoe. I'll do it.
Okay, Mr. Shoesmith is teacher team, Ian is student team captain. All right, here we go. Question 1 is literature. The narrator of this poem stands deep into the darkness, peering and dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream. That narrator is affected by the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain in his room, which contains a pallid bust of Pallas. This poem takes place once upon a midnight dreary, and that is?
The Raven.
The Raven is correct. 1 point for students. For student team, here is your bonus. Okay, student team, your bonus is also literature. And you may confer on this. What Shakespearean character exclaims, "Lord, what fools these mortals be," to Oberon in A Midsummer Night's Dream?
It's Puck, right? Isn't Puck the one that's making fun of him all the time? Puck.
Puck is correct. Okay, you got your bonus. So student team 2, teacher team 0. Moving on, toss-up 2 is social studies. One location in this state is said to be where the spirit of the above world Skell resides, according to the stories of the Klamath tribes. One figure in this state opposed the damming of the Tuolumne River and Hetchy Hetchy Valley. That man worked here as an environmental activist and was named John Muir. This state is home to Mount Shasta and the largest tree on earth, the General Sherman.
State?
The state?
California.
California is correct. Teachers have 1 point. Teachers, you get a bonus. Your bonus is science. What misfolded proteins cause conditions such as mad cow disease and Kuru when their misfolded state propagates, creating holes in the brain?
Oh, that's my 5.
And your answer?
Go ahead, shoot. Guess. Neurons?
Neurons is not correct, it is prions. Question number 3.
We weren't.
Toss up.
You clear up.
One test, and it's science, one test of this organ outputs peaks called QRS complexes between a P wave and a T wave. Some of its collagen-heavy chordae tendineae connect to its tricuspid valve. This organ's sinoatrial node generates signals.
The heart?
The heart is correct. Okay? Teachers have 2 right now. Students have 2. Teachers, here is your bonus. Name the French philosopher and mathematician who wrote Meditations on First Philosophy and famously declared, "I think, therefore I am."
Time.
Time?
Descartes.
Descartes is correct. Currently, teachers are at 3, students at 2.
Clear button, please.
Let's go!
Question number 4 is literature. The protagonist of this novel decides to get drinks with the Columbia student Carl Luce. One of its characters is given a Little Shirley Beans record and rides a carousel in the rain. Its protagonist loses some fencing equipment on the subway before encountering a woman named Sunny. The central family in this novel includes the Hollywood writer D.B., the leukemia victim Allie, and the 10-year-old Phoebe. Holden Caulfield,
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye is correct.
I knew it, I just named it.
Teachers, here is your bonus. This is geography. What river that rises in the Black Forest is the second longest in Europe and flows through Vienna, Belgrade, and Budapest?
The Rhine?
That is incorrect. The river is the Danube. Okay, so currently teachers 4, students 2. Question number 5, music.
Clear the buzzer.
One performer on this instrument collaborated with trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie to record the piece Coco, one of the first bebop recordings. That performer on this instrument also composed Billy's Bounce and Ornithology and was nicknamed Bird. A later performer on this instrument recorded such albums as A Love Supreme.
Saxophone.
Saxophone is correct. Students, your bonus. What comedian played the sheriff in the small town of Mayberry in a 1960s sitcom?
With that, Andy, it's the guy that was on Andy Griffith's show, right? Yeah, I don't know his name. I'm the only
Time.
person in the show.
Time?
Andy Griffith.
That is correct.
Hey!
Okay, students have 4,
Good job,
teachers
Ian.
have
Good job,
4.
Ian.
We are at a tie. Question number 6. Toss up, thank you. This is science? Yes, it is. This is science. The constant in this equation is equal to Avogadro's number times Boltzmann's constant. A corrected form of this law has terms to account for the intermolecular attraction and the volumes.
Coulomb?
No. I will finish the question. Has terms to account for intermolecular attraction and the volumes of particles. And you guys cannot collaborate on this. That law with parameters called A and B is named for van der Waals. This law is a combination of Gay-Lussac's law, Charles' law, and Boyle's law. Name this law which sets PV equal to nRT, a law governing the least dense form of matter. Time. I didn't hear you. Time? Time?
Murphy's Law.
No, it is ideal gas law. Toss-up number 7.
So we could have just said fart. Is that what you're saying?
In the original performance of this work, I'm sorry, this is humanities. In the original performance of this work, one character renders the antagonist powerless by ripping off a part of his body. That antagonist had brought his daughter to a ball and tricked Siegfried into announcing he would marry that daughter, making von Rothwardt's spell on a princess supposedly unbreakable. Name this ballet by Tchaikovsky, in which Princess Odette is... Swan Lake is correct.
Let's go
If
to
there's one thing I know, it's ballet.
All right. Bonus.
Well done.
Name the 20th century Russian composer of a first symphony in D major, commonly nicknamed classical, as well as Peter and the Wolf.
This is I think it starts with a K. I've heard of this before. It's oh, they were playing it at the Chicago Symphony. Anton something.
Time.
Oh, come on. I don't know.
It is Sergei Prokofiev.
Nope, that's not the guy I was thinking of.
Toss-up number 8 is a math calculation question. Score. The score right now, currently students have 5, teachers have 4. Math calculation. Find the volume of a rectangular prism of side lengths 4, 6, and 10.
240.
That is correct.
Oh, you're a math teacher, that's right.
Bonus
I
question.
thought he just got advisory.
Britain's Queen Elizabeth celebrated the 60th anniversary of her accession in 2012, an event known by what more elaborate term?
It's like the platinum. Yeah. Jubilee, platinum jubilee.
Okay. Oh, is the platinum right there? Yes. Platinum Jubilee.
Close. It is the Diamond Jubilee.
No.
Sorry.
I knew it was
All right. Currently, students are at 6. Teachers are at 4. Question number 9 is science. Tritanopia is a rare form of this disorder linked to chromosome 7. This disorder is diagnosed by the Farnsworth, Munsell, and Ishihara tests. The most common form is X-linked, but can develop from injury or macular disease.
Blindness.
Can you be more specific, please?
Color blindness.
That is correct.
There's 2 types of blindness.
I was like, come on.
I had to think what
Bonus.
types of blindness are there.
Name the children's character who recorded a viral parody of Call Me Maybe entitled Share It Maybe.
What? Maddie B. Who's that one? Maddie B.
No, but it's a children's character. It was what children's character?
Share it.
So that sounds like an Elmo.
Elmo.
thing.
Sure,
Yeah.
go for it.
Elmo?
Close. It is Cookie Monster.
Oh. Simple.
Okay. Toss up. Number 10 is also math calculation. Find the median of the following set of numbers: 100, 1,000, 10, 50, 40, 300.
$75?
That is correct.
I was looking for something.
My bad.
It's like middle school all over.
Bonus number 10 for students. What Indian religion was led by 10 gurus and has its adherents follow the 5 Ks? Quiet in the audience, please.
Is this the thing with Kama Sutra? Wait, what is Kama Sutra? Why did that come to mind? What is Kama Sutra?
Good dad, see?
Oh, that's the only Indian.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, okay. Lisa is Chinese, right?
I have it.
Time.
Okay,
Time?
Hinduism.
That is not correct. It is Sikhism.
Oh.
Okay, and we are at 10 seconds,
This one
so
they worship God.
Hannah and Leo are gonna rotate in for.
For
Two
Ian.
of us three.
Two of you make the call. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Lauren, you don't want to
I
play?
didn't let you. Okay, toss up number 11.
Oh, can you reset?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
This is social studies. This president's policies were supported by newsman Walter Winchell and Supreme Court Justices Cardozo, Brandeis, and Stone. His Secretary of Labor was Francis Perkins. He attended the Casablanca Conference as a member of the Big Three. This deliverer of the fireside chats. Oh, I'm sorry.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That is incorrect. And I can finish the question.
Reset.
And it's no collaboration here. This deliverer of the fireside chats,
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
that is correct. Okay, teachers, you get a bonus. Teacher bonus. What Spartan brother of Agamemnon is married to Helen before the Trojan War?
Never took the foul.
Time?
Menelaus.
That is correct. Teachers currently are at 6, students at 8.
Reset.
Question number 12, literature. One novel by this author includes a monologue concluding with the words, "Yes, I said yes, I will, yes." Another novel by this author opens with the beginning of a story about a moo cow coming down along the road. The protagonist of that novel becomes sick after being pushed into a cesspool by his schoolmates at Clongowes Wood College. This novelist created Stephen Dedalus and Leopold Bloom, both of whom appear in his massive 1922 modernist novel. Name this Irish novelist of A Portrait of the Artist.
That was here.
Oh, sorry.
James Joyce.
James Joyce is correct. Bonus for students. On what British ship did Charles Darwin serve as a naturalist, allowing him to make many key scientific observations?
I don't know. Is it the Nautilus? Okay. I don't know. Anna, you looked like you had something going on there.
They guys.
Time.
Time?
Nautilus.
Nautilus is incorrect. It is the HMS Beagle. Question number 13 is science. Santiago Ramon y Cajal stated that these entities communicate by contact as opposed to continuity, which opposed the reticular theory of Camillo Golgi. Projections from these entities begin at a location known as a hillock, and they are supported by neighboring glial cells. The aforementioned projections from these entities, which come in contact with the synapse, are known as axons, and other projections from these entities are known as dendrites. Identify these basic cells of the nervous system.
Neurons?
That is correct.
Really?
Okay, student bonus question. Name the Italian artist who painted Primavera and The Birth of Venus.
Was that in your guys' like art
Yeah.
appreciation?
I'm so sorry, ours now. I love you.
I'll give you guys time.
I'll relay that message.
Time.
Yeah, sorry.
Time?
Someone will see.
Mary Cassatt.
It is Botticelli.
We're close in the alphabet.
Currently, teachers are at 5, students at 10.
We have 6.
No, we have 6.
You have 6, I'm sorry, you do have 6, my bad. Okay, next toss-up. Math. This type of vertex cannot exist in an Eulerian graph. There are no known perfect numbers of this type. Sine of x is this type of function, while cosine of x is not. Functions of this type satisfy the condition f of negative x equals negative f of x, and their graphs are symmetric with respect to the origin. The sum of 2 consecutive integers of this parity is always divisible by 4. All integers of this type can be written in the form 2n plus 1 for some integer n. Give this term the opposite of even.
Odd.
Odd is correct.
All that for odd.
I got
That's
it
how all
when
things are. It's like just the most, then what's 2 plus 2?
I got it when I talked about
Bonus
the Euler graph.
question.
Yeah.
What equation has a pre-exponential factor and relates the rate constant of a reaction to its temperature and activation energy?
Okay, so that's Q. Nope, that's not Q. There's a lot of natural logs in thermodynamics. Maybe it's log. Natural log.
Time.
Time.
Natural log.
It is an Arrhenius equation. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly.
Nope.
Never heard that.
Question number 15, sorry. Toss-up 16 is social studies. This man used a stealthy night climb to take the Sogdian Rock, where he met his future wife, Roxana. He commanded a cavalry unit known as the Companions. At the age of 18, he led forces over the Athenians and Persians at the Battle of Chaeronea, a victory for his father, Philip II. This general, who was tutored by Aristotle, defeated the Persians at the battles of Issus and Gaugamela. Name this Macedonian who died at the age... Oops. Alexander the Great is correct.
Nice.
Pardon the interruption. Following students, please come to the main office. Kalia Falk and Hud Lucio, please come to the main office. Thank you.
Okay, bonus question for students. Which Danish author wrote such fairy tales as The Little Mermaid and The Ugly Duckling?
Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that one. Hans Christian Andersen.
That is correct. Students currently have,
Well done.
students are 13, teachers 6. Toss-up number 16. One of this architect's projects was overseen by his, oh, I'm sorry, and this is, can't read my writing.
Architecture.
This is humanities.
Okay.
One of this architect's projects was overseen by his apprentice, Bob Mosier, and he designed many buildings in his self-described Usonian style.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright is correct. Bonus for students. Bonus. Name the German school of architecture founded by Walter Gropius that was denounced as degenerate art by the Nazis.
Excuse me.
Oh, that would have been like the 20s and 30s, like the. Well, it was, yeah, but it was like the opposite part, where it was like the faceless faces, you know, like the Bioshock stuff.
Oh, like
Yeah, like the blocky stuff. Oh shoot. Modern?
Time?
Modern.
It is Bauhaus.
Oh, it's the school. Oh.
Currently, students at 14, teachers at 6. Toss-up number 17, science. Leith and Ruthven Newton developed a version of this technique that uses a gel bed that allows large particles through but retains small particles. That is the size exclusion form. Quiet in the audience, please. This technique comes in gas, liquid, and thin layer varieties, and most forms of this technique require the calculation of retention time. It typically utilizes a stationary phase and a mobile phase. This technique is sometimes performed in chemistry classes whilst utilizing a solvent along with a paper colored with markers. Identify this technique, which separates mixtures whose name means color writing.
Chromatography.
Chromatography is correct.
It took me so long to remember what it was called.
Student bonus. Name this island to the southeast of India, formerly known as Ceylon.
Okay. Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is correct. Currently students at 16, teachers 6. Toss-up number 18 is social studies. The states of this empire participated in ritual battles called flower wars. This empire was consolidated with 2 alliances arranged under the rule of its coatl. After the death of one of their rulers, the people of this empire successfully drove invaders from their capital in La Noche.
Aztec.
That is correct. Bonus for students. For much of the Renaissance, this city was led by bankers and art patrons like Cosimo and Lorenzo the Magnificent. Name this Italian city ruled by the Medici.
Yeah, Venice. It has to be Venice. Venice?
That is not correct. It is Florence.
Oh, Florence. Florence, yeah.
Toss-up number 19 is literature. The addressee of this poem has become a townsman of a stiller town, having slipped away from fields where glory does not stay. This poem notes that early though the laurel grows, it withers quicker than the rose. This poem concludes by describing how the strengthless dead will gather round the addressee, who was once chaired through the marketplace. Name this A.E. Housman poem recalling the time you won your town the race to the title figure.
No Joy in Mudville?
No.
I don't know that.
Out of time. It is To an Athlete Dying Young.
Oh, that
Currently, with one question to go, 15, 17, students at 17, teachers at 6. Last question, toss-up. This man came to power by winning a power struggle over Sidney Rigdon and James Strang. He stepped down as governor after members of the Baker-Fancher party were killed in the Mountain Meadows massacre. This man proposed the state of Deseret and was pardoned by James Buchanan after waging the Utah War. This successor to Joseph Smith started a settlement at Salt Lake City.
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young is correct.
Nice.
Teachers, your bonus, and you can collaborate. Name these sounds produced with an open vocal tract, which in English are usually represented by letters such as A and E.
Vowels.
Vowels is correct. All right. Well, that ends our competition today with students at 17, teachers at 8, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you to everybody who observed today. We appreciate your participation.
Well done.
If you are interested in ever being in Quiz Bowl, please see me for competition. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, students.